In other news, Manzi Ellen Mashatile, the wife of ANC Treasurer General Paul Mashatile, has passed away. Manzi Mashatile died after a long illness. In expressing its condolences, the ANC said the death came as a double blow after the recent death of Mashatile's mother. For more on this, we're joined by ANC Spokesperson Pule Mabe. Very good evening to you, Mr. Mabe, and thank you so much for speaking to us. Obviously, as we mentioned, a double blow for the Treasurer General of the ANC. Condolences from this team as well. As we mentioned, the ANC. What should you want to share with us around the circumstances?
Evening, Ostepiso, and evening to your viewers. This is indeed a sad moment for the African National Congress. We had gone the previous week to convey our condolences and worked with the Treasurer General as he laid his mother to rest. Very unfortunate that within a week's time, we are here again having to convey our condolences following the passing on of his wife, who has been ill for quite some time. We are with our Treasurer General and his family during this difficult time. We have made a plea to the people of South Africa, including the leadership of our structures throughout the length and breadth of the country, to allow the family space in line with the COVID-19 regulations to do what is necessary this time and make sure that they could work and plan accordingly on funeral arrangements. We will, however, as the ANC, continue to update the nation on how those arrangements are ensuing. And we'll make sure that we use our available virtual platforms to interact with society from time to time.
I'd like to ask you to please just give a general comment at this point, because in this time of COVID-19, as you say, not only about regulations, but we are experiencing so much death and tragedy. And I think it's only human nature to then start speculating about the reason for people's deaths. And that's also a very insensitive thing to obviously want to go into at this point. But just a general message on what you'd like to say to South Africans around death, the passing of people, and just COVID-19.
Well, of course, Ostebi, so you would have observed yourself that with the spike now, the amount of death cases, especially of people succumbing to COVID-19, has been quite alarming. We have continued to make a call to our people to practice all of the safety measures that our government has already pronounced on. Make sure that they only go out when it is necessary to do so. They put on their mask, they wash their hands, they use hand sanitizers. It is possible that we could be able to defeat this pandemic if we do the things that they have said that we are supposed to be doing.
And on the reopening of more grades to school, any comment from the African National Congress? We've had the Basic Education Minister saying, for instance, not all grade R's will be going back to school because of the issue of readiness around protocols. But what is the ANC saying to society about anxiety around safety protocols being observed and, of course, protecting our children?
Well, also, more precautionary measures have to be taken. What we have been seeing in the past few weeks with the numbers spiking, it now calls for us to exercise maximum precaution. Make sure that even as the kids go to school, they too are educated on how to protect themselves, defend one another, and make sure that they do it together across schools throughout the country, so that when the country ultimately returns to normality, all of our people have mastered the art, or rather the change of behavior that is expected, especially coming with this kind of a pandemic. Unless our people practice the necessary precautions, we will not be able to defeat this. We are continuing ourselves to use ANC structures through our own cloud platform on a daily basis to monitor the work that is happening at each and every ward throughout the country, monitor cases, give updates to people in those specific communities, so that we work with these very communities to find the best ways to fight the pandemic.
Thank you so much for your time. Pule Mabe, spokesperson of the African National Congress.